Ao vivo 100%. Então bora lá, história. Continuar, vamos na fase do lobo. Bora lá.
They saw me before I saw them.
Bora! Ah não! Corre aqui, corre pra cá! Levei tiro.
They saw me before I saw them.
Vem, 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 vem!
Crossed my mind that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But now that the shooting has started, there was no backing down.
Quase, hein? Boa! Tem um segredo aqui, ó.
It was rugged country, the winter home of the Chiricahuas, and that's why they had retreated there. I admit to having some regrets about going after them the way I did. But then again, I got a lot of those.
Uau! Cadê? Ali.
Did you find Grey Wolf?
Not at that moment, but I did find the entrance to their hideout.
Os caras acertam de primeira. Boa! Quase passando de nível. Bala, bala. Olha o print. Só na pena.
Deep crevice that led to a deeper cave.
Don't tell me you went in there.
Ai!
Yeah, but it's not out of bravery so much as pure, angry cussedness.
Quando tá com preguiça pra sair, vou ter mais 5 minutinhos. Aqui pode ter muito cara que vem de perto. É o F, né, que dá os tiros rápidos. Uau. Bora, bora, bora. Tomei 3 tiros só pra você matar um. Boa. Quase passando de nível.
See, back then, I had a stubborn streak a mile wide, and I wasn't about to back down.
So it was like pitch black in there?
Actually, it was pretty well lit, as they had torches on the walls.
Tá aqui. Foi aqui que eu acertei. Agora, recarregar a pistola rápido. Agora sim. Ih, rapaz, muita bala quer dizer que tem inimigo chegando. Olha o segredo.
Was his cave? Big as hell, Ben. Chiricahua had hid out there during the Indian Wars.
Boa.
They thought it was haunted with the ghosts of those murdered by the horse soldiers.
The cave was haunted with dead Indian ghosts?
Não, pra cá não. Oh!
To be honest, I was more concerned with the live ones than the dead ones.
Deu pra eliminar alguns essa manobra. Opa, bala?
How come you know so much about engines?
A few years back, I was married to two Mescalero women.
At the same time?
Yeah, they were sisters. Polygyny is
Wow.
traditional among the Mescalero.
So what happened?
Oh, I had to get out of there. Those girls never shut up. Both of them nagging at me all the time. Drove me half crazy. Haven't seen them since.
No, I mean, what happened with Grey Wolf?
Oh!
Opa,
Well,
outro segredo.
I pursued him into the cave of
Ray
death.
McCall. Morreu. Pra cá?
I came upon this flooded grotto, and that's when I saw him. He came to me unarmed and unafraid. His voice echoed in the shadows, and I sensed he meant me no harm.
You carry great darkness in your heart, and if you do not release it, it will claim your soul.
The sound of his voice put some kind of ancient Indian spell on me.
Eita.
As his story unfolded in my mind,
You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything that you are. The soul would have no rainbow. I have no tears.
he said I was a great warrior, a coyote man, unequaled by any other pale-faced warrior, or something like that.
The snakes will bite shadows of your past until a venom poisons your heart, and an echo of the song of the dead summons the spirits deep from within the mountains.
I didn't quite get what he was saying,
Wow.
but there was definitely snakes. And indeed, his warriors surrounded me and attacked me like hungry wolverines. They couldn't stop me, though, and Grey Wolf wasn't in the mood for idle talk.
Boa.
I swear I couldn't see any way out of this trap. But suddenly, one just appeared, kind of like a miracle.
Boa.
I felt like I would be lost in that damn cave forever. Finally, I found myself back outside, perched on the edge of a precipice, overlooking a thundering
Ai,
white water river.
morri. De novo. Opa!
I chased after him, determined to make him explain the meaning of all that mumbo-jumbo.
Mumbo-jumbo's right. Are you making this all up as you go?
A few details may be fuzzy, brother, but I am relating exactly what happened to me. There were dozens of Apache warriors aiming at me from on high.
Dozens?
Well, maybe not dozens, but there was a lot of them.
At least 3 or 4.
Abaixa.
More than that, little lady.
Tem que desviar pro lado errado. De novo. Boa, quase upando.
I had a steep climb up creek ahead of me and scrambled up those rocks like a mountain goat. I was determined to locate Grey Wolf and find out exactly what the hell he was trying to tell me.
Calma.
And wouldn't you know it, that crafty son of a bitch led me right into a trap.
What kind of trap?
Well, son, there had to be at least 100 Apaches around here.
Cadê?
100?
God be my witness.
Oh, come on. Who are you kidding?
Hey, I believe you. Come on, tell us how it ended.
All right, but I'm not gonna drag this out. Where were we?
Aí sim.
You were surrounded by 100 Apache warriors.
Well, I didn't take the time to count them exactly, but there were a lot of them.
Tô vendo nada. De novo. Uau! Dois. Tem um ali em cima. Ai, o sol! Tem mais um. Ai! Cadê? Ali! Nossa! Toma! Cadê? cacete!
And in the end, a path appeared before me that I had not seen before. I followed it as I desperately needed to find out what Grey Wolf was trying to tell me.
Peguei todos os segredos dessa fase.
But it was like that son of a bitch disappeared into thin air.
Uau! Acabou a fase? Acabou.
Never did find him. And never did collect my goddamn bounty. Thank you, darling. It's interesting how the truth can sometimes seem,
Boa!
It was early morning. One of my friends was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob 2 banks at the same time. 2 banks on the same damn street. Story was Bob Dalton's girl was always riding him about how he had no ambition. Oh, you're nobody next to Jesse James, she'd say. Finally, the bastard took his brothers to Coffeyville just to shut her up.
Right. It's always the woman's fault.
Bora!
Well, the locals recognized the Daltons right off. Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their property. Their first mistake was pulling a job in their own damn hometown. The boys grew up in Coffeyville, so everybody knew them. The brothers paid dearly for their stupidity, but everybody knows they had it coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently. First of all, it was high noon. A posse of U.S. deputy marshals were on the rooftop across the street.
Get ready, boys. They're gonna make a move.
The lawmen had been tracking the Daltons for months, but now they finally had them dead to rights.
Ah! Difícil atirar daqui do telhado.
Those boys had a reputation as stone-cold killers, so the marshals took every precaution, knowing they wouldn't go easy. Among them was a bounty hunter feared by many a lawbreaker. This man had no intention of letting the Daltons slip away. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
They'll give up eventually. You just gotta wait the sun bitches out.
This bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns. He went in there alone to confront those criminals. One of the marshals shouted, "Where are you going? Are you crazy?"
Hey, where do you think you're going, dumbass? That rifle's mine.
He paid him no mind. he saw a way to get around to the back of the bank. Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting. From above. Fortunately, a water tower was right there.
Não.
A moment later, he was climbing up a steep ladder, laughing at danger as he did. It was brave men like him who risked their lives to tame this wild country.
Cadê?
We've got company.
Heroic men like him, who did what other men couldn't
Boa.
or wouldn't to make this country free. Like Jim Bowie, Davy Crockett, who died defending the Alamo.
Is that Silas Greaves? Son of a bitch! Kill him!
Bora, tô chegando! Bora devagar. Ahá! Tem din-din? Opa, segredo?
Over there!
Que negócio de Quick Time Event.
Silas Greaves! What the hell?
Now you're blam, blam. He came away victorious, taking down
Oi.
those thieving Daltons.
Can't hide forever!
His name was Silas Greaves.
Silas
And when the
Greaves.
dust finally settled, he was the last man standing.
Muito B10 esse cara.
Sorry, kid, but that just wasn't the way it
De
happened.
novo.
It was early evening, not high noon. Daltons blew up a safe, and were all set to hightail it out of there. Those pathetic deputies surrounding the bank were dropping like flies.
Nossa.
You or me?
Os irmãos Dalton.
I had been tracking those jokers for months, waiting for them to do something reckless. And finally, they did. Those stupid bastards decided to rob 2 banks at the same time in the same town where everybody knew them. But they still had friends in Coffeeville.
Shoot, I dare you!
Cadê eles? tem lá no banco? Não. Eles estão fugindo ou não? Não. Cadê eles? Não. Cadê eles? Uma bala, beleza. Pra onde eles fugiram? Calma. Aqui é a saída. Eu cheguei aqui na cidade. Tem dois caras aqui. Ah, tá aqui.
Those friends came after me like a pack of wild dogs, tooth and nail. They were coming at me from all directions. I caught sight of the Daltons running with the money and didn't want to lose them. The problem was, they knew the town better than I did. To top it off, I found myself in the middle of another shootout entirely.
Did the Daltons hole up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe. They were cousins of the Daltons, and they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons. Which wasn't any surprise, because those two families have been feuding
Deixa eu ver qual é a
forever.
próxima. Causa mais dano durante concentração. Não. Bora aumentar isso aqui, ó. Coisa que é.
And since the Joneses are related to the Browns, they shot at the Smiths, pissing off the Heimhoffers, whose daughter recently married a Smith. Well, bullets were flying every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people in Coffeyville that day. But that's just the way life is sometimes. Shit happens.
Na pistola. Deve ter algum segredo por aqui. Aqui! Os Dalton.
The Dalton boys knew I would never give up. Those Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least 2 of them to escape. The third brother stayed behind to plant me, just in case that trap of theirs didn't work.
Ui! Cadê? É, vai
It was
rolar.
him, the youngest, and he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
I ain't afraid of you, Silas Greaves. This is where it ends for you.
He was determined to protect his brothers, and I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe for a long life.
I'm gonna tear you apart.
Carrega tudo. Ai meu Deus, tem uma shotgun.
It's hog killing time.
Nossa,
But Emmett
headshot.
Dalton survived the robbery in Coffeyville. He's the only Dalton who did.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Well, Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes in him? But I have to admit, that boy had grit.
Passei de fase.
We'll get those suckers.
It took me a couple of days to track the Daltons down.
Olha, o cara ainda tá atrás
Can't
dos
get
Dalton.
away with this.
And in that time, a whole posse of local vigilantes offered to lend a hand.
We'll track them to the ends of the earth.
They seemed as determined as me to find those outlaws. But as we headed into those swamps, it was like I had my own private army. There was no way those boys were getting away this time.
Ei.
It was early fall, right? Beautiful time of year. At least you had the weather on your side.
Not by my recollection. It was damp and foggy as hell. It was tough to stay on a true course. So we kept an eye out for landmarks.
Só um pântano aqui. Cheirinho de emboscada. Vamos seguir essas fileiras vermelhas.
It was autumn. The maple trees were in full color, red as blood.
Que?
The rains that year were torrential, so the whole area was flooded. The vigilantes had spread out wide, and pretty soon I couldn't see anybody.
Um segredo. Black Bear.
Bury 'em in the swamp. Right where they stand.
Except for some bitches ahead of me wanting to do me harm. So I had to face them alone. I wondered why my compatriots didn't come running when they heard the shots.
Boa.
So did you find the Daltons?
Not yet, but I did have the questionable pleasure of meeting a few of their friends. The boys had established quite a reputation by
Ora,
that
tem
time,
bala
so
aqui.
they attracted all manner of riffraff to their cause.
Ih, rapaz! Tem um herói forte ali chamado Espingardeiro. isso. Dinamite que me matou. De novo. Boa! Só corre! Caraca! Corre! Boa!
Let's see what you got.
Vai virar pra cá, ó. Vai, 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 vai. Boa. Alas. Ih, rapaz, corre. Que vida, hein?
Point being, I was under serious attack. And my reinforcements was nowhere to be seen.
Somebody kill that sumbitch!
Boa.
That's it for you!
But luckily, a barn materialized as if right before my eyes. I scrambled up top to get a better view.
Capotoca. Faz mentira.
But just ended up falling inside.
So, how did you get out?
The barn doors was open. About right then, I saw some suspicious characters running for the bushes. Of course, I followed them. But that goddamn swamp was like a goddamn maze, and pretty soon I had no goddamn idea where I was. Steve? So I just started walking, and pretty soon...
Oh,
Steve? Steve!
huh? Oh, no, I'm listening.
Indians surrounded me from all sides.
Indians? They were Indians.
No. I just wanted to make sure Steve was paying attention. Now, where was I?
You were following the Daltons through a swamp?
That's right. See, Steve? Dwight's paying attention.
No, I'm listening. I was just resting my eyes.
So, where was I?
The Daltons.
Right. See, there's a reason so many outlaw gangs are made up of brothers. Being a brother is a very sacred thing. It's a bond like no other.
Tá, tem balas aqui. E agora?
Bounty hunters! Stop that, son bitch!
Vai. Boa.
So did you ever find the damn Daltons?
Not yet. But I did find a few of their cousins. You can breed like rabbits. More Smiths or Hoffers or who knows what. But hell, what's more important than family? I bet Ben knows what I'm talking about.
Boa. Ah, muito em cima.
Can't beat us all! Bury him in the swamp!
Boa.
Damn you, Greaves!
Cabeça.
I'm sending you down! Can't hide forever! You're a dead man! Oh, now
Tchau, ó. Bum. Qual a próxima magia aqui? Eu tenho dinamite, eu não tô afim. Mira rápida. Ótimo.
waste your bullets. Go ahead.
Boa!
I'm ending you!
Printei.
Yeah, you know you can't beat me. You bastard! Oh!
Ih, rapá! Que? Desvia, 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 desvia!
That's it for you.
Cadê o cara? Ali. Boa!
I knew those Dalton boys were out there somewhere,
Nossa!
standing together against anyone who would threaten them.
Tem bala, mas não preciso. Que? Olha esse bug aqui. Eita, pensei que era um cowboy.
And that's when I saw it. A goddamn steamboat.
A steamboat in a swamp?
Yeah, Steve, but this wasn't much more than a wreck, really.
But how'd a damn steamboat end up in the swamps?
Yes, it floated off during the flood of '89.
Now, was it a stern wheeler or a side wheeler?
What? Does that really make a difference, Steve? It was a steamboat with a goddamn army on board.
Ih,
It was
rapaz.
then that a fusillade of bullets come raining down from on high. And those vigilantes who accompanied me weren't anywhere to be found.
Me protege.
But among those men that were shooting at me, I thought I saw some familiar faces.
Tem onde se esconder aqui. E esse bicho aí que tá tirando pra cacete?
Bring it on!
Somewhere up there, the Daltons were waiting on me.
Aha!
Sounds like you don't give up too easy.
That's the kind of man I am, Ben. I set out to do something. I do it. Surrender just ain't in my nature. Plus, I'm stubborn as hell.
That's right! Run!
Na mão! Olha um segredo aqui, ó. Muitas balas. Cadê os Dalton?
Right about then, much to my relief, the vigilantes finally arrived. Their leader motioned at a cabin in the middle of the top deck, pointing me directly at the Daltons. I finally had them, after months of dogged pursuit. Huh? But it turned out that they had me.
Take him out! I'm sending you to hell!
The Daltons had played me like a
Tough
fiddle.
after all this.
Apparently, the vigilantes were on their damn payroll. They didn't just want to shoot me. They wanted to burn me alive. But finding my way out of a burning labyrinth proved to be quite a challenge.
It was a riverboat, right? I mean, it's not like it was a goddamn ocean liner.
Oh, yeah, but I was in a...
Oh,
That ship's gonna launch next year. Largest one in the world.
About the Titanic. If you ask me, it's too blessed big. I don't think it'll even float.
So anyway...
Don't be stupid, Steve. They know what they're doing. They say that the Titanic is unsank.
Oh, God.
But getting back to that steamboat, how'd you get off it, Mr. Greaves?
I took in a lot of smoke that day, so I admit my recollection might be a bit hazy. But somehow I managed to finally disembark. I was coughing up smoke and pretty damn pissed. I was done playing games with those boys. It was time to settle this once and for all.
pra atacar bastante.
Bob and Grat weren't about to come at me one at a time. They were in this together. Two brothers side by side.
Nossa, que
determined to
isso?
take me down.
Duelo contra dois.
Confident that this time the odds were on their side. They got it wrong. A sad end for those two.
Tô nem aí.
If they'd only known that Emmett was still alive despite his wounds. Paroled 14 years later, he moved to California and sold real estate and lived off the legend of that fateful day. And the tragic death of his two brothers. My own brothers died tragically as well, truth be told.
Roubo de trem agora.
I'd been on their trail for months, ever since they left their hideout in the Bighorn Mountains.
Parece bom. Interessante.
Led by Butch Cassidy. They were a loose association of outlaws who robbed banks and trains from Colorado to Montana. Among them was the Sundance Kid, and that murderous hombre I was tracking, Roscoe Bob Bryant.
Were you a part of that giant Pinkerton posse after the Wild Bunch?
No, boy. A circus like that would have slowed me down. Besides, I wanted Bryant all to myself. I'd heard about a large shipment of gold being transported to Wilcox, Wyoming on the Overland Flyer. They blew the bridge with the intention of forcing the train to stop.
Ah, não.
Well, I assumed the Wild Bunch was likely in the still intact part of the train high above. So I had no choice but to make my way up through the passenger cars dangling down. I was determined to make that sumbitch Bob pay for what he did to my brothers.
Eita. Que?
I found the device they used to blow the tracks, so I knew I was headed in the right direction.
My ears are still ringing from blowing up that bridge.
Well, I made my way off unscathed. I came upon a few members of the gang and had no choice but to dispatch them. From there, I had to negotiate an even more precarious route. But first, I would need to get my ass out of there.
Ah, não. Que mentira!
From the frying pan into the fire as the train was clearly fixing to fall.
Quem foi tudo?
Found the gang, but in order to find old Bob, I needed to fight my way forward past a whole passel of desperados. Outside, inside, any way I could, I made my way towards my prey.
Well, what about the passengers?
It was mostly a freight train, as I recall. There were no passengers aboard that day.
Não, pra cá! Pra cá! Errei o lado de novo. Calma.
Yeah, you know you can't beat me.
Sai! Deu certo. Ficou só o chapéu do cara. Tchau!
As I mentioned before, I am not fond of heights. But I was too busy dodging bullets to worry about falling to my death. Odds were I was likely to die that day anyway. So I was determined to take down as many of those bastards as I could.
No saco.
That's right.
Boa.
Ready to meet your
Boa.
Times it was like shooting ducks in a shooting gallery. The only difference is these damn ducks shot back.
Opa! Segredinho.
I kept hoping the law would show up and give me a
You
hand.
mean like that giant Pinkerton posse that I read about? Did they come riding in, guns a-blazing to help?
Da hora.
Help? From the Pinkertons? No, son. I had to fight the wild bunch all by my lonesome, as usual.
Ai, ai.
Who the hell is that? God damn it! Take cover! Retreat! Retreat!
Não! Ah, escorreguei.
Who the hell is that? Take cover! Retreat! Retreat! He's killing everybody! Ready to meet you, Baker. He'll kill us all! You ready for a buckshot?
Acerta! Tem um espingardeiro ali escondido. Aí que eu teria que andar ali. Ó. Ah, quero ver agora. Bum. Solados.
My guess is those dime novels didn't portray this as it happened, did they? Only a few stragglers were left. I had to cut them down pronto if I was going to stay on old Bob's trail.
Whoa, my damn ears are ringing.
Ah, tem uma metralhadora aqui, pai. Wow.
Once I silenced all those guns, I went searching for my nemesis, determined to finally have my justice. But the only survivor who welcomed me was George Flat-Nosed Curry.
Who was he?
The fastest gun in the gang. Right after Sundance, I mean. And Kid Curry, and maybe Elsie Lay. Though some folks might dispute that.
Olha só moeda de dinheiro voando aí. Moeda de dinheiro. Ai, ai. Bora ganhar ele na honestidade. Na honestidade. Bora lá. Dá o foco nele. Ah, vai ver tutu, tutu. Dois, três. Isso!
On that very same day, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid decided to leave the Wild Bunch behind and decamped for South America. They ended up living down there for many years, but I'm sure you already know all about that.
Qual é a próxima missão? 1h30 para o inferno. Silas Graves.
I tried to find Bob Bryant, but it was as if he'd disappeared. Sometime later, I heard the Wild Bunch was back together. Kid Curry escaped from jail, and now he was running the whole shebang.
Bom, pessoal, muito obrigado por assistir a live de agora. Eu vou finalizar agora e até o próximo dia. Muito obrigado e até a próxima!